COTA, there's only one goal for COTA. Take home podium, baby. Do better on my second qualifier just because there's so much traffic on the track. Qualifying 2, let me tell you, there's a switch that goes off for everyone. It feels like a whole different race, different people. It feels like the energy is different. Wants to hit each other, cause any accidents, but it is qualifying. We qualified P6 in race 1 and P4 in race 2. We couldn't ask for a better placement. It's just starting out.
Just a recap of Watkins Glen, you know, it's Tommy's first ever race weekend. And we spent a lot of time testing and practicing there and building confidence before the race. The race weekend happened, we learned a ton. Made some great passes, and we also made some mistakes. It's part of the learning curve. We left Watkins not necessarily the highest of highs. We wanted more, we wanted podiums, we wanted hardware, and that's what was the fueling factor to come to here, Circuit of the Americas.
Well, they say everything is bigger in Texas, and it sure is. Welcome to Circuit of the Americas.
Circuit of the Americas, also known as COTA, is in Austin, Texas. It's a very iconic track. It's filled with many little surprises. 20 turns, 3.5 mile track. If you don't get that turn 3 the right way, first thing you go on Google, you type in Circuit of the Americas, COTA, what's this all about? There's videos, there's people going on there, there's crashes, there's anything you want and don't want to see. You see that on videos and pictures, it's one thing, but I got all that, my rental car, and I'm looking around, I'm trying to absorb everything, and holy shit. There's a lot to take in, but yeah, no, and then you get on track, you do what you got to do, and then game on, baby.
We spent time on the phone looking over video, data, sim work on the computer. So we came into Circuit of the Americas ready to go, ready to capitalize, and the things that we've learned from Watkins to now here.
Tommy is talented. He has the talent, and he's a fast learner, that's what we need in racing. Someone that can tell him, hey, you're doing this wrong, you can do a little bit deeper here, and he does it right away. They did one-day testing here, but the difference from that testing alone to being here this weekend, he has dropped about 5 seconds right out the back. We are better than we ever be.
So race 1 tonight, we're going in, implement exactly what we did in qualifier 2, and go get that 2.5 out of turn 2 and through the S's, and got to put all those little bits and pieces together, and we got it, baby. Let's fucking go.
to Circuit of the Americas in the Lamborghini Super Trofeo North America Series.
Going into race 1 felt pretty overwhelming because it's game on and everybody wants to win. There's 3 cars behind P3 and P4, so technically there's 9 spots to go for P1, right?
No, I can't stop till I'm good and done. Gonna push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I was made for this. I was made for this.
You only need that one little move that gets you one position and it just ignites you, and there's another trigger that goes off that says, you know what, game on. I don't feel myself breathing, I don't feel a heartbeat, I don't feel my hands, my legs, it's just focusing and the car's going where I want it to go. You just start progressing and then you start feeling good and the car feels better. We went from P6 to P3, P2. We had a little incident where I made a guy spin out. We just dove into each other and there was a drive-by penalty. They set us back to P5. As we're in P5, 14 minutes left on the clock at this point, you know there's not much time to kind of go back up the ranks.
A little bit wider, and turn down now. Perfect, on throttle, go.
We took care of a couple guys right in the first 2 laps. The other 3 guys were a little tougher. We were fortunate to get by 2 more to put us in P2.
Looks like we finished P2. I repeat, P2. We're going back to the trailer?
I didn't know that when you were a podium winner that you keep going on the track and then you come into pit lane and then you go on the podium. So here I am, I'm by myself. I'm like, where the hell's everyone?
We're waiting I don't want to celebrate yet. Fucking nervous. It was P3 to P2, P1, and made it to P1. I crashed and there was a penalty drive-by. So I lost. I went back to 6th place and made my way back up to P2, I believe.
So could we have your car? You're not going to be an impound car. We'll stage it there for
And
now.
I should have been where?
But I need,
well,
you should have been at the podium.
We never been on podiums. We didn't know what to do, right?
Well, I'm still not fully sure yet, but
Who's gone on podium?
I want them to tell me yes, you're good.
yeah.
Hustled over to the podium.
Hey man, how you doing? All right.
We're waiting for confirmation.
How did you do?
I think P2. You, man. I don't know. You guys?
What? Aren't you supposed to be up there?
It was still under review at this point because of the penalties. Stressful times, right? Because you're either P2 or you're not even supposed to be there. There was about probably 6-7 minutes that felt like 30 minutes while you're waiting for that review. What's the call going to be, right? The call can go either way. It's all about the interpretation.
All right, I need the 34 and the 99.
99.
And your second place finisher in the top racing. Bold up, Maple Farms Lamborghini Boston, number 99, Rocky T. Bolda. One, two, three. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your top 3 in the LB Cup.
First one, baby.
honestly, he drove a perfect race. Everything on his end that he can control, he took advantage of, and he knocked it out of the park. It's never easy, right? And that's why this one's pretty dang sweet. This one's awesome.
We're number one, baby! We're number one after the number one.
Whether you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, whatever age you are, and you get into something new and you wanna win. It's always been a childhood dream of mine to get into car racing. When you grow up, you want to be a race car driver, but you know what? You got a family to take care of first, you got business to take care of, and then you're in your late 30s, you're like, you know what, I want to try this. Watkins Glen, we made it to P3, P2, and then a crash happened. So it's just, I think for the kids witnessing that it's not just, of course you want to be the hero, you want to be super dad, that my dad's got this, we got this figured out, and you just go out there and win. That's not life, and you got to explain to them that, things happen. They might not understand it now, but later on down the road, that's our job as a father, as a parent, and as a mentor to kind of elevate everybody together.
And everybody get your hands up and a round of applause for the winner, Penny! Whoa! We did it. 3, 2, 1.
My wife always says what's better than a setback is a comeback, right? So come back at COTA, baby.
Race 1 was chaotic. It started off great. Tommy made some great moves early on in the race. Had some contact, had a drive-through penalty.
Coming into P2 in the first race, but knowing that you had penalties under review against you kind of made you feel that you didn't deserve that. The most rewarding is earning it without any penalties. It's one thing to achieve your goals, but if you can achieve that goal and kind of just give it another 15% more, then that's a much better feeling than just meeting the line, Every time we're looking at data, we're analyzing things with Corey. First we figure out the low-hanging fruits, and then we start nitpicking at the small stuff.
This, through the S's, there's a ton of time, low-hanging fruit here that we need to go grab. So a 10-5.
What's my ideal?
A 10-1. A 10-1 is if you just clean it up.
Sometimes you got to look back and say, holy shit! Like we gotta remember that I just started doing this. It might not be normal, but in our minds, winning is the only option.
It's just momentum. I wouldn't change your line placement or anything of that. Line placement's fine. It's just trusting the car.
So here where I lift, lift less.
You lift less.
You have no choice to learn fast. Everything's going fast around you. You just got to be that much quicker and kind of grasping every little thing that you're being taught, or else you're not in competition. You're not in line. So if I turn too much, is it going to kick the rear out or no?
It might slide a little bit, but we're at that point now. Like we are past the comfort barrier. We're going to go into the more of the pro barrier. Now we're at the limit of the car. You can definitely handle it.
When I get on track, I feel like you're getting in a ring. Yeah, there's guardrails all around you. There's fencing, there's everything else. It's not you against the world, it's you against those 40 guys. Whether there's 10, 12 of you in that same class that you're competing against, then that's your main focus. Yeah, that race 2 gave me a run for my money.
Hey, go, 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 go!
The excitement when you're following somebody, there's that excitement that you're about to pass them. when you know that guy you're following is in P2 and you're in P3, you're already podium, but now you're getting greedy, right? You find out there's a 2.6 second penalty for a short pit stop. If I want to make podium, I gotta at least be P2 to become P3. And if I want to be P1, I gotta be P1 and 2.6 seconds ahead of that guy. Here I am, 1.8 seconds behind P1. We were battling second and first throughout the whole race.
Yeah, that's the battle for the lead in LB Cup.
6 minutes left. I'm watching and I'm analyzing every single move and every twitch he's making. Coming out of turn 20, Corey Lewis had something in his back pocket, almost like a slingshot effect. You can't do any moves you haven't tried before. That's the most important key to being in the top 3. In a race where you're full of unknowns and there's a 50-50 chance it's gonna work. I'm like, it's gonna work. He said it's gonna work. It's worked this whole way, so why not?
COTA loses the lead in LB Cup, and that hands it to Rocky Baldock.
With a 2.6 second penalty, we got 1.5 laps to give it all we got. Yeah, finished P1 on the race, but podium P2 because, so we finished about 1.2 seconds ahead. We did our best lap we could ever do. We ended up getting the fastest lap of race that session, and very proud of that. COTA was what I've been dreaming about this whole kind of racing project. And the outcome of COTA's second career race was more than I could ever ask for, honestly.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
And you know, doing that with my family, couldn't ask for any other better outcome. We'll get P1 next time. Indy, baby steps.